Where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I I want to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Dude, is this backdrop not incredible? I mean, it's incredible, right? I was actually showing it. I was having some conversations with some different people last night, and I was showing them. I was like, dude, look at this backdrop, and they were like, dude, it looks like one of those like fake Zoom backdrops, right? It looks like an AI fake Zoom backdrop, but it's not, dude. Like, look, like this. I mean, it's real. Look, like I can come over here. I can pick up a pillow. See. I can pick up a pillow to show you that this is a real backdrop. I can come over here, I can like move the lamp, I can wiggle the lamp to show you that it's a real backdrop. I can pick up this candle from the table right here, right? Like this is a real backdrop of an amazing, beautiful cityscape with Kansas City right out the window. That's right, that is Kansas City that you're seeing just on the other side of the window, the city skyline. Some big buildings, beautiful, a lot of history in this place, some historic buildings, a lot of things going on. Kansas City, kind of like, it's almost a little Silicon Valley-ish. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of industry. There's a lot of SaaS companies. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. And this morning, we've got this incredibly beautiful shot, and we're gonna hang out together. And I gotta tell you, man, I am feeling this morning, I am feeling super inspired and at the same time a little out of place, if I'm being honest, right? You know, if you don't know me, my name is Glenn and I'm your friend. And as friends, we always talk to each other. We always tell each other the truth. That's what friends do. No one else is gonna tell you the truth. No one else will be real. No one else will be raw. No one else will be authentic. But we gotta count on our friends to be able to do that. So my name is Glenn and I'm your friend. I'm a husband to one. I'm a father to 9. I'm the host of this daily morning show, Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Today, it's actually 4:30 a.m. here in Kansas City. Author of a couple books, keynote speaker, owner and founder of the 800% Club, a community of owners and general managers of dealerships, car dealerships, all over the United States and Canada. And also at the same time, I'm a guy who feels a little bit on the outside. And we're gonna talk about that here today, right here on Rise and Grind. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right, today is Tuesday, AKA Taco Tuesday. If I was back home, we would be doing the taco thing tonight. My guess is my wife, my kids, those that are back home, they're gonna be doing the taco thing tonight over at Grandma's house. Grandma and Grandpa always hook it up. They get the best tacos. It's always a good time. We go there every single Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, AKA, and my Facebook is jacking up. I don't know about yours, but mine is jacking up. Hopefully you guys are getting in here, no problem. Today is Tuesday. Hi, Liza. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Don Sankey, West Storm, Marilyn Wilkin. Let's go. Today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. That's right. Today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. 25. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. I am coming to you live from Kansas City. That's right, Kansas City, the home, unfortunately, the home of the Chiefs. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs, the home of, what's his name? Travis, the home of Travis Kelce, the home of Patrick Mahomes, right? The home of the 3-time Super Bowl champs, I think it is, right? Taylor Swift's been popping in every other week or so for them home games, right? Kansas City, the home of the Chiefs, and apparently the home of some barbecue. Apparently barbecue is a big thing over in Kansas City. I don't know why. I don't know why they're known for their barbecue. I don't know why barbecue is such a passionate thing around here. I do know that it's good. Like, we ate some barbecue last night at our BenQ event, ate some barbecue yesterday during the afternoon. Like, barbecue is the thing, which I'm totally cool with because there's a whole lot of meat involved with barbecue, and I'm a meatitarian, so that part works great for me. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some research and find out where this tradition comes from, why barbecue is the thing, right? Like, when I was in New Orleans, everybody's got red beans, right? Everybody serves all kinds of different red beans. I understand where the red beans comes from in New Orleans. I don't understand where the barbecue comes from in Kansas City. But anyways, complete tangent. Kansas City, home of the Chiefs, home of Kansas City barbecue. Kansas peeps didn't go to Memphis yet. Okay, I see you. What's up, GA? Thanks for being here. Home of the Chiefs, home of the barbecue, and also home of many, many, many incredible companies. Many incredible companies and many incredible stories of intuitive, ambitious, incredible human beings that just took life by the horns and freaking rolled with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of that happening in Kansas City. And so I am here. One of those great companies is a company called VinQ. And I am here for their VinQ, what they call their VinQ Unleashed event. So at this event, they asked me to come in a day early. The event, the registration was actually last night and the kickoff was last night, but they asked me to come in a day early, and they asked me to speak to their team of hundreds of employees, to speak to the team about the future of their company and what they've got in front of them, to speak to them about their potential. And so they asked me to come in and speak. And so I came in and I spoke yesterday morning. I had the honor, the privilege, and the blessing of bringing 2 of my daughters with me. So my daughter Willow and my daughter Meredith came with me. This is Meredith's first work trip. So we have a rule in my house. You have to be 10 years or older in order to go on work trips with Dad. And Meredith just turned 10 in September. So she has been eagerly chomping at the bit. What's up, Ben St. Hours? Thanks for being here. How you doing, Kim Fair? What's up, Rodney Hatfield? She has been eagerly chomping at the bit in order to come on a work trip. So I brought her out here for this particular work trip. We flew, Liza's gonna kill me, but we flew first class, Liza. We flew first class, and Willow and Meredith, when we first got in, the lady, the attendant there, the attendant was super nice to my kids, and she's like, and Meredith said, "This is my first time flying first class." And the lady was like, "Well, check this out." And she handed her an entire bag of the cookies. Like, we're talking, there's got to be 100 cookies in there. And then she handed her an entire bag of pretzels and a Sprite. This is before they've even sat down in their seat. She was like, here you go. Boom, boom, gave her a bag of cookies. I was like, wow, this is amazing. But I got to bring my daughters here. Danny asked me to speak to his team. And so I came out and I spoke to the team yesterday morning. They surprised me with a beautiful gift, which is this brick right here that you can see on the screen. And it says, thank you for being on Team VinQ. And Danny explained to me that they've given this brick to a handful of people that have made an impact or a difference in their company or in their life in some way, shape, or form, and that they consider these bricks to be the foundation of this massive company that they're building. And so they surprised me by handing me this brick in front of everybody. It was really an emotional a moment for me. But this company, VinQ, man, founded by my friend Danny and his partner Chris, it's so fascinating because they've gone from a small startup to an industry giant. And it's really been inspiring to watch. I got a chance to meet Danny years ago when they were still just very small startup company. Now they are industry giant in over 1,000 dealerships across the United States. They're helping transform the industry. They're helping transform how the industry handles inventory management. For those of you that are not in the auto industry, right? You have a lot of cars. You have to manage those cars. You have to be able to buy those cars from somewhere, and you have to be able to list those cars for sale. And there's a million other steps in between, and you need tools to help you with inventory management. So Danny's tool is the future of inventory management. So I've been so inspired watching him go from a small little startup to an industry giant, and it's the energy at this place here in Kansas City around this event is absolutely electric. Like, what a gift to be a part of. His team, the energy that is coming from his team is incredible. This ain't replay, Tosh. We here live. The energy that's coming from his team when we went into his offices was palpable. He's got members of the team, young and old, and everywhere in between. They're all diverse from different backgrounds, and ultimately there's just this overall sentiment, right? Like, when we walked in, Danny didn't know that Willow and Meredith were coming, but as soon as he saw him, he stopped everything he's doing in the middle of this big old office with all of these people. He's got people from out of town, and just made them feel special, made them feel important, made them feel like they were the only ones in the room. And that's kind of the energy across his entire organization, from the office that is now on top of one of the tallest buildings in Kansas City, right? He's on this mission to make an impact, and all of it, dude, it's just incredible to be a part of. And so yesterday's experience was amazing. And this morning I woke up at, what time did I get up this morning? 3:20 a.m. my time. So I guess that's 4:20 a.m. just Eastern time. So got up 3:20 a.m. and when I woke up this morning, I felt kind of small. You ever feel that way? Like, when I woke up this morning, I felt kind of small. Like, that's the best way to describe it. I'm just being honest with you. And this thought popped into my head, right? This song that maybe some of you know popped into my head. And what popped into my head was, I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. So we're gonna dive into that today on this particular show. Before we do, though, you know what we do. You know what we do on this show. You guys know what we gotta do. Dude, I got these new Hokas. Dude, I got to show you these things, man. I don't know if I can get my foot up here, though. Yeah, my foot ain't going up there. But I got these new Hokas, and they are amazing. All right? But for those of you that know, yeah, Scott, yeah, you understand. It's such a good song and movie, Liza. Yes. Hey, for those of you that don't, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Does that sound fair? How you doing, Spencer Nicholson? Thanks for being here this morning. What's up, Bella Rigby? How are you? How are you? Mr. Mike Larkin is in the building this morning. Thanks for being here, Mr. Mike Larkin. How you doing, Christina Howard? Thanks for being here, Christina Howard. I see Sarah Green is in the building. How you doing, Sarah Green? Bella Rigby, did I already say good morning to you? I think I did. Kim Fair is in the building. Thanks for being here this morning, Kim Fair. I really appreciate it. Scott Simon's in the building. Thank you. And Scott's like, I feel that way right now, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I think I would want it one other way, Scott. We're going to dive into that here in just a second. Tosh is in the building. Thanks for being here, Tosh. How you doing, Michelle Gravely? Thanks for being here. Young Johnson is up in here this morning. Kathy Camacho, I want to say good morning to you. Thank you always for tuning in. Robert Migliaccio, thanks for being here. For those of you guys that know Josh, I got to see him yesterday. He's actually here for this event. There's so many people that I love and care about deeply that are at this event. It's pretty incredible. Sol Salcido, thank you for being here this morning. I greatly appreciate it. West Storm, thanks for being in the building. Robin Welshantz is up in here today. Thanks for being here, Robin. Tony Thorstad is in the building. Tony Schmidt, good morning, Tony Schmidt. How you doing? Paul Brindley, thank you for being here. Those of you that are in Breakfast with Champions in the clubhouse room, thanks for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you all as well. G.A. Pimpleton is in the building. Ben St. Hours, the chiseled like statue of Roman manliness, is in the building. That's the best way to describe Ben St. Hours. I stinking love that guy. Samantha Star Baker is in the building. How you doing, Samantha Star Baker? Thanks for being here as well. Miss Liza Myers Borges. Liza is probably out on a run right now. She is probably killing it. I could be wrong, but that is my guess. Rich Pentrick is in the building. Angela Hastings is in the building. Brian Benstock's in the room in Clubhouse. Oh, well, that's cool. Brian Benstock's actually here at this event. He was going to be one of the guys I was going to talk about this morning. So I love that Brian Benstock is here in Clubhouse room. He's also here. Him and I are getting ready to go work out together here in about 40 minutes. Brian, I'm in the main lobby down here, as you can see, man, if you want to come join us this morning. All right, so listen, when I first saw the Broadway musical Hamilton, I was transfixed. What's up, Chastity Torty? What are you doing, girl? What are you doing up so early over there in AZ? Liza said it's 24 degrees on her run. First below freezing run of the year. And sorry to miss VQ. Yeah, we wish you were here. Rodney Hatfield, thanks for being here. Malika. So when I first saw Hamilton, I was literally transfixed by the whole thing. The whole experience was amazing. This was a story of an orphan that changed the world. For those of you that have never seen Hamilton, I highly suggest find it. I think it's on Disney Plus or something like that. But go find it, go watch it live if you can, whatever. But the story of Alexander Hamilton, and it translates to the story of an orphan that changed the world. How you doing, Ish Davis? You see, originally thought for dead when his mother died of sickness and Alexander Hamilton almost died of sickness, originally thought for dead, in turn, in a surprise miracle change of events, instead of dying, Alexander Hamilton, through crowdfunding, was actually shipped to the United States of America. And what's wild is he was shipped to the United States of America because of his ability to weave together words that ultimately invoked emotion. He was a writer. He was a very skilled writer, very wise writer. He was wise beyond his years, and so he was thought for dead. Once he pulled through that, the crowd came together, funded his way to the United States because they knew he was wicked smart and he had this ability to weave words together in such an emotional way. And so he shows up here in the United States. He speaks up for what he sees as injustices. He speaks up for the things that he believes in. He was absolutely a disruptor. And I think when I study Alexander Hamilton, one thing that comes up for me is he really asked a lot of great questions. He was just a guy who questioned all the things, right? Why are we taxed this way? Why is our government this way? Why is our politics this way? Why are we living this way? Like, he just asked a lot of questions, and he was passionate about the questions, and he was passionate about the things that he stood for, and he showed up in such a way eloquently with his ability to bring these words together in wisdom and ultimately transformed the world. But here's what's really impactful is he was a leader, yet he was also the lead follower. You see, Alexander Hamilton was always the number 2 guy. He was underneath George Washington, who was the president, and he advised to George Washington, and he participated with George Washington, and he was always all of those things, but he was the number 2 guy. He was not necessarily the number 1 guy, so he was a great leader, but he was also a great follower. And you see, I see myself in Alexander Hamilton in some ways, right? I see myself in Hamilton in some ways, in the sense that I love to write. Like, every single morning I write my show. I love to write, and I love the spoken word, and I love the power of music and song. I love how words can transform an organization. I love the opportunity and the ability to speak in front of people and be able to pour into and breathe into their hearts. And so, like, I can connect with, right? I feel a certain connection with Alexander Hamilton in some ways. But what I also see, and I think part of the reason that I'm so transfixed by Hamilton in this whole story, is I also see a pattern. I see a pattern because I see things in Alexander Hamilton that I see in Brian Benstock. I see things in Brian Benstock that I see in Liza Borges. I see things in Liza that I see in Danny, who's here with VinQ. I see things in these successful, impactful people, and I see like a pattern, right? I see that these people, kind of like Alexander Hamilton, they identify a problem, and then ultimately they identify how it aligns with their purpose. I also see this pattern where these successful people, these people that have reached pretty impressive levels, my guy Grant Cardone and many others, they find a way to rally others behind that purpose, but ultimately not for their own benefit, but like not for the leader's benefit, but for for the benefit of those that are doing the rallying. You see, Alexander Hamilton had this incredible ability to rally people through his words, through his passion. He had this ability to rally people, but not just to benefit Hamilton, but ultimately for the individuals to benefit themselves. You see, I see this pattern. The ability to identify a problem and how it aligns with their purpose, and the ability to rally others around that, behind that purpose, but for their own benefit. And then I see this pattern. I see it in the Hamiltons of the world. I see it in the Ben Stocks. I see it in the Scott Simonses. I see it in the Dannys from VinQ. I see it in the Steve Jobses of the world. I see it in the Zucks, in the Elons, right? I see it in the Oprah Winfreys. I see it in the Martha Stewarts, right? I see this uncanny ability to fight relentlessly every single day. To fight relentlessly every single day. You see, I see a pattern every single time I study success or successful people. Every single time I get into a room, every time I'm inspired by these people that are reaching these certain levels, I see this pattern, and I saw it in Hamilton the first time I watched it. The ability to identify a problem and how it aligns with the purpose, the ability to rally others behind that purpose, but for their benefit, the ability to fight relentlessly every single day. And I also see that every single one of them, in every single one of these situations, I see it every single time, they have the ability to collaborate at the highest level. It's a pattern. It's consistent. See, my brain, the way my brain works is I'm always looking for patterns. I can always see patterns. I can identify patterns. And in this case, when I watched Hamilton the very first time and I heard the entire story, and then I started to dive in and do the research, I saw the same pattern that I see today. This is a pattern that has existed for 100 years. It's probably existed for 1,000 years, but it's really, really simple. Identifying the problem and how it aligns with their purpose, rallying other people around them, fighting relentlessly for it every single day, and then collaborating at the highest level. It seems so tangible. It seems so simple, yet I woke up this morning and my potential, the visions and dreams that I have for myself, they continue to escape me. They continue to escape me, man. Like blessed, yes, I am super, super blessed. But like what Alexander Hamilton fought for every day, am I free? No. Blessed? Yes. Free? No. I'm not free of doubt. I'm not free of worry. I'm not free of these moments of feeling less than, like I don't belong or I don't evolve. I'm not free of that. Look at this guy. Brian, what's up, man? Good morning. How are you? Look at this guy. Brian, you got to come around the corner over here so they can see you.
Oh, yeah. You on TV?
Yeah, this is my guy Brian Benstock right here. You guys know Brian?
Morning.
Yeah,
What's
I'm just
happening?
wrapping up, man.
All right.
How are things in your world?
Things are great.
Yeah. You getting ready to kill me in the gym over here?
No, I'm just gonna go through the routine. You know the deal.
Yeah, I do
doesn't
know
change.
the deal, man. How was last night?
Last night was good.
Yeah.
Thankfully, didn't have any wine. Big day today. So I mean, I heard your story about Danny. Danny's Danny and Chris are great, and it's great to see their success with VinQ, and then they're merging a little bit on a project with Team Velocity. I think that's going to be really special for both. I mean, it's the peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
You know, one can't do what the other does, and the other can't do. And integration has been so tough in our industry. Everybody's like, no, mine.
Right.
And I think that these guys working together has been really special. Yeah. So we'll see what they've got.
Yeah, collaborations are powerful, man.
I think so. Integration. It's evolution's new frontier.
Well,
Integration.
I went to bed last night, and I'm going to finish talking about it here, and then I'm going to go work out with you. But I went to bed last night thinking that specifically, like just after I saw you, I saw Team V, I saw
Andrew,
Hugh.
Ashley,
There was a couple guys that are here from
Everyone
the
talks that
acquisition
game
side.
better together, but then they run off into their own little place. And
Yeah.
I know it is better together. And we've got a great crew of people that bring diverse talents from all over the country.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew's in Virginia, Ashley's in Detroit, Hugh's from Atlanta, my boy Jason's from Florida, and they're all working together with Team Paragon. That's pretty special.
Yeah, it is, man. I love what you're building, and I'm gonna come
make
build it
oil.
with you.
It takes me about an hour to get the oil going.
All right, I'll see you. I'll see you in a few. Level three. Yeah, third floor. All right, so there's my guy, Mr. Brian Benstock, making a quick little pop in this morning. But to wrap up what I'm saying, feeling blessed? Yes. But like what Hamilton fought for, free? No. Not free of doubt. Not free of worry. I'm not financially free. Like I said, blessed? Yes. Free? No. I'm not free of some bad habits. I'm not free of the fact that I have to still force myself to be disciplined, right? Like it's still a choice every single day. Like it's like I could choose to not be disciplined. I could choose to not do this show every single day. I'm never free of that. I'm never free. With all areas of life, when it comes to faith, fitness, finances, friends, family, career, education, mental health, in none of those areas do I consider myself free. And my guy, Brian Benstock, the way he describes it, he says this, he says, there is more there. And I feel that deeply. There are friends in my circle, people whose names I've said today. There are friends that I cannot, or I am currently not serving. Friends that I'm not doing business with. Friends that I'm not collaborating with. And there are rooms that I cannot get in. And yet, I want to be in the room where it happens. And though I have friends I can't serve and rooms I can't get in, there is more there. Doubt, worry, finances, bad habits, discipline, all areas. But just like what Hamilton fought for, I one day will be free and blessed. Yes. My potential, the visions, the dreams I have continue to escape me, And yet it seems so tangible, so simple. Just collaborate at the highest level. Fight relentlessly every day. Rally others behind that purpose for their benefit. Identify a problem and how it aligns with your purpose. You see, it's funny when we read these things backwards how it tells a different story. See, we can all go down one path and we can go down a slippery slope, but if we just turn around and we march back up that same slope, it ultimately can take us where we're going. There's one of my favorite commercials. It's got a bunch of people, wrecking on bikes and doing all of these different things. And he's talking about how he's never going to accomplish, nobody's ever going to remember his name and so on and so forth. And he reads this whole thing, and then the commercial halfway through stops and they flip it around and they read it backwards. And when they read it back, all of the steps are there. How you doing, guys? Good morning. All of the steps are there, all of the levels. And ultimately, we take these feelings and these emotions and these experiences that we have through life and we just flip them upside down. You see, your story and my story are being written. They're being written with design, and it's almost like that person at the church or whatever, right? You see that person and they're doing the painting and you can't tell what anything is, and they're like slapping some paint over here and they're slapping some paint over there and they're wiping it all around and so on and so forth. You're like, what the heck? And at the last second, they flip the photo upside down, right? They flip the canvas upside down and boom, you've got a priceless work of art. I believe that's how God choreographs you and I's future. And it might look a little chaotic in the moment, and we might not quite understand why we can't get into certain rooms. But here's one thing I know. I do know that if you can identify a problem and how it aligns with your purpose, if you can rally others around that purpose for their benefit, if you can fight relentlessly every single day and you can collaborate at the highest level, then you, my friend, just like what Alexander Hamilton fought for, you, my friend, can be free. Because see, you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, God that made everything. And that God made you and I to be the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Not a little bit above average, not an average version or a little bit above average or a little bit below, but the absolute best. The absolute best. And so last night, as I lay my head down in this feeling of doubt, in this feeling of small, in this feeling of less than, the last thing I did before I went to bed is I texted Brian Benstock and said, hey bro, you working out in the morning? He said, I'm working out at 5:30. I said, I'll see you there, bro. Because I want to be in the room where it happens. And we can either sit in it and say, hey, I'm not yet there, or we can take action to follow the formula and make it happen. I'm gonna get after it today, 800%. And I'm gonna challenge you to do the same. Let's go. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here on #RISEANDGRIND. I got to get warmed up because Brian Benstock's going to put me through the paces. I know he is. He always does. So I got my hokas on and I'm ready to go. Oh, my old man hokas. Let's go. Hey, if nobody's told you yet today, I absolutely stinking love you. Let's go. Peace.
Before the sunrise, he's sparking the flame. Millions